And it goes a little something like.
Greetings, beautiful being. Welcome back to my channel, Rising with Rachel. I am Rachel, and together we rise in talking about all things cosmic and consciousness. If you haven't noticed, I'm switching up my usual style of content. I've been on a quest to really make things that are more aligned and authentic with me, and something that's very aligned with my authenticity is being in the safe space of my home, being in my bed, being comfortable, and really just embracing this energy of safety that I love to feel as I feel it in my home. And that frequency that I want to carry throughout my content. I want to make people feel warm and like they are coming home to themselves, like they are walking home to source, to spirit at the same time, and allow people to feel this comfy frequency, this frequency of love, and just allow it to warm you up from the inside out. So I'm trying this style of content. Thank you for rolling with me. If you have any comments, I would love to hear your feedback. So anyway, I wanted to also stage this as like we are having a conversation. Like I am your spiritual big sister. I am your conscious cosmic Capricorn, and I'm here to talk to you like you are my family, because you are my family. You are my siblings, about things that I've gone through, lessons I've learned, in hopes that you can find yourself, your own story in me, in things that I've gone through, and find salvation for yourself, to find clarity for yourself, to find those answers that you're looking for yourself, that closure, that peace, that love. So anyway, today I want to talk to you about justice, karma. I want to talk to you about how you don't actually want justice or karma. What you want is to be seen. What you want is to be validated. What you want is to be heard. You want to be recognized. I promise you don't want the karma, even if you think you do. And let me tell you why. You're a good person. You have a conscience. You want what's best for people. I know who you are. I know you're someone that has opened your heart time and time again to those that don't deserve it, from one perspective, right? I know you don't want people to suffer. That's not who you are. Don't get lost in the cloudiness of your emotions, of the dysregulation of your nervous system, and don't let what you've gone through change who you are. You're not someone that wants to hurt people, especially in the ways that you've been hurt. So allow yourself to let that dust settle, those emotions, the internal rage, the frustration, the grief, the anger, all of it. Notice it for the melodrama it is. Feel it until you can't feel it anymore. And when you're done with the roller coaster for the day, sit in that unconditional love, that compassion, that understanding, and remember who you are, which is a powerful being who is here to keep your heart so open that it inspires others to do the same. What you want is to be seen, and you are the only person that can give that to yourself. At the end of the day, the person that has caused you pain can apologize 500 times. They can do whatever it is you think that you need to create closure around the wound that they caused, that they inflicted upon you. But at the end of the day, they cannot stitch it back up. They don't have the materials, the resources. That's all on you. Like, even if they did stitch it up, you're the one with the secret sauce. You have the secret medicine that actually helps the wound alchemize and disappear. You need to see yourself. No matter what that person does, what karma that person gets, it's never going to be enough. Because the version of you that was wounded feels abandoned by you. Yes, it feels abandonment from the other person as well. through betrayal, frustration, whatever happened in your experience. But it also feels abandoned from you, because when you felt the pain of the wound being inflicted, you continued to ask the snake why it bit you instead of healing from the poison. So the way that your internal self takes that is that you have abandoned yourself because you're seeking something outside of you to fix you, when your spirit, your soul, knows that that's not possible. So you need to focus on healing the poison, not why the snake bit you, not getting the snake to apologize for being a snake. You need to cultivate the awareness to say, that thing's a snake. I don't want to be anywhere near it. I don't like reptiles. Me and snakes, we don't go too well together. You have to trust that you both got what you needed out of the situation. Whatever that means to both of you. You are both on your own individual journeys, and that will look different for both of you. You know, maybe in this experience, the person's karma was your silence. That is going to send somebody on their own journey to heal whatever it is that needs to come up for them around silence. Maybe you posted your truth and you exposed this person for doing whatever it is they've done. Maybe their karma was just having people know who they really are. You don't need to do more. Karma is also not yours to give. And that's a really hard lesson that I've had to learn, because I have nearly died trying to bring about justice for myself and vengeance for myself. And it was totally valid. It was totally understandable why I would feel like I needed to do that. Like it was my personal responsibility to do that. Like it was my mission on earth to bring this person down for what they've done to me, because it was so evil and sinister and twisted and calculated. And I wanted to protect people also from this person. So it felt bigger than me. But all that you need to worry about is living in your truth and controlling your reactions to the things that you experience, because that is your karma. The universe is watching. The universe saw what they did. The universe is taking tallies, keeping score. The universe will handle the karma. Your karma is found in how you respond. Now, that's not to be confused with if your reaction is to, for example, someone cheated on you, you post about him on your Instagram story, you did what you did. Don't go and track down every ex-girl that this person has been with to find more and more answers, to get more and more proof. You don't need it. You did the thing. You don't need to do much more. If your response to somebody hurting you was to block them, and that's it, you don't need to go out of your way to do anything else. You've blocked them. Leave it alone. What I have done throughout my own experiences is consistently keep going. I've kept going because it wasn't enough that people just knew the truth about who they were. I needed to make sure that, you know, their roommates knew, that their job knew, that they couldn't achieve X opportunities, because I was so angry that someone so evil could just move on and have a life. And I would be damned if they would get opportunities being the monster that they were. And it nearly killed me. And I really quickly learned that karma was not mine to give. And I learned that in my last relationship, but most recently I navigated something where I exposed this person. It's in my last video if you want to check that out, because it's really dangerous. And I don't see something like that I've shared as drama. I see it as warning signs, especially for women. And things that I've navigated, I feel really called to protect women and educate women and the community in this specific way about women. And now through this situation, I'm actually experiencing being the karma. Whereas in my last relationship, for example, this person was abusive on all fronts. So it was a lot, but very justified for me to, when we broke up, post on my story, because this person told me he was going on a reality dating show 4 days after we broke up. And I was like, I'll be damned. I posted about this person. It was bigger than me. There was no way that that abuser was going to get away with that, right? But no matter what I tried to bring this person down, it's like he would just go in a hole and hide and then pop back up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to die trying to make sure someone else gets their justice. Reaching out to his roommates when I found out he was moving, and reaching out to girls that I would find out he was talking to. And it was a full-time job. And it was because I was angry and I wanted to also protect people. So that kind of justified it in my head. But I quickly learned how much that could deteriorate you. And with this last situation, all I did was speak my truth, and all of a sudden, everything came tumbling down in this person's life, like everything. And something really big is on the precipice of happening, and I've been carrying a lot of guilt for it, honestly. This situation that came around was kind of very similar to the first one in a lot of ways, where I realized I was this agent of karma. And this time, this person actually felt the consequences that the first person didn't. And for so long, I thought I wanted justice for the people that have hurt me. I wanted that vengeance. And this is where I bring it back to, I see you, and I know that you're not a bad person, and I know that you do nothing but love people, and you don't want to see them suffer, because just the thought of my truth ruining anything for anyone, or taking something away from anyone, ruining their life in any way, that's been really hard on me. I've been walking with a lot of guilt, but that I have to remind myself, if somebody spoke my truth, my life wouldn't come crumbling down, because I don't do these horrible things. But it's like survivor's guilt. It's this empathy that I have, because I don't want to hurt someone. I'm not that person. I have a conscience. I don't want to cause drama in someone's life. I don't want to cause pain. I don't want to cause heartbreak. I don't want to cause sadness or isolation or loneliness. I don't want to cause any of these things. But at the same time, I didn't, they're a result of my actions, yes, but my action in speaking my truth came up from me being buried alive in these lies, in this pain, in this manipulation. Regardless that it was justified and that it became this thing that was beyond my control, I feel bad, and I'm sitting and being like, all you've wanted is karma, but now that it's here for someone, I kind of wish, in a way, not that I wish I didn't post my truth or speak my truth. I always wish that, but I just wish it wasn't me, in a way, or just that I could have been a part of something, but that it wasn't because of me that this person's life came apart. Like, I want to rid myself of responsibility of it to some degree, even though I'm not responsible, because it's two sides of the same coin. Like, I'm not, but I am. So even in this twisted way, I don't want the karma for that person. But again, that's beyond me. And that's my whole message here, is somebody else's karma is beyond you. It's beyond you. You cannot give it. You cannot assign it, because also at the end of the day, you don't even know what that person deserves. Maybe you think that their karma is just not having a good relationship ever. But in reality, maybe the universe is like, this person needs to get hit by a train. Like, what if it's really that bad? Because again, the universe has been keeping score. The universe has seen this person do things behind your back. It's heard what they've said behind your back, and not just to you, because you're definitely not the first one in this person's pattern, in this person's game. So the universe has been keeping score. Whatever your natural reaction is, that's mindful of you and what needs to be best for you, doesn't seem like it does enough to someone, then it just might not be time yet. Like, I'm so convinced that whatever is coming from my ex-boyfriend is so big that it's going to take a second to accumulate all that energy. You know, like, there's simply no other truth. But at the end of the day, that's also none of my business. You can't sit around and wait for karma. You have to let it go, because it's none of your business. You don't know the weight of what somebody deserves. You're not God, from one perspective. You also don't get to play God in that way. And the more you try to, the more you'll find out that you're just creating your own karma. So all this to say, you don't want the karma. You don't want the justice that you think is justice, but is karma. You want to be seen, and you want to be heard, and you want to be validated. And you are the only person that can give that to you. You are the person that needs to see you, to hear you, to hug you, to love you. You need to be the one that rewires your brain, your thought patterns, your belief systems, in order to remind yourself that you're worthy, even though this person couldn't see your value, that you're still lovable, even though this person couldn't love you in the ways that you feel like you need to be loved. You need to remember that you're the one that holds all of the power to stitch up these wounds. And at the end of the day, people can say or do whatever they want. Things can happen to them. It will never be enough. You are the only one that can close those gaps. You are the only one that can alchemize your wounds, because you are the magician of your own life. So do that for yourself, so that you're not stuck in this illusion of thinking that you're angry, you're upset, and you want karma. I know you're angry. I know you're upset. You don't want the karma. That is a lack of knowing what to do with your emotions and utilizing them, channeling them, focusing in on them, honing in on them to grow from them. You know, it's like, think about anger and how powerful anger is. You can be angry and punch a hole in the wall and hurt yourself, or you can be angry and use that to go sprint 5 miles. Which one is more productive? Which one is healthier for you? Sitting here acting like you want someone's karma to hit them because your soul knows it doesn't. Like I said, I know you're a good person. I know you don't want someone to be in pain. I know you don't want to cause any suffering. You just want to be seen and heard. You can pretend to be stuck in all that, or you can use the emotion to do something for yourself, to go paint a picture, read a book, go on a run, take a nice shower, brush your teeth for the first time in 12 days. You can do whatever it is that you need to utilize that energy and focus it in on something productive, on something healthy, even if that looks like just taking a nap, because it's better for your mental health, because your body needs rest. You don't need to justify it. You just need to do it. And that's something I've been working through myself and really allowing myself to work through. And it's why I speak to you, because as I speak to you, I speak to myself as well. And I'm just trying to honor the process and allow my feelings to come up and ride the wave as they come up and learn how to surf them, opposed to drowning in them. Because I'm really tired of that, and I'm sure you are as well. And this is what it means to reclaim our power. It's to own our emotions and know that they don't control us, that they are just passerbys, that they are just visitors in our town, and that they will come and they will go, but that we are the ones that are here permanently. So allow these things to arise in you. But remember your truth. Remember that you are this being of unconditional love that doesn't want to cause suffering. Allow yourself to see yourself and to go sit with yourself for a little bit, to honor the silence within you. Cultivate this witness awareness within you where you can get in touch with the truth of who you are, that authentic being that wants love for everyone, that wants compassion for everyone. And allow yourself to do what you will do with another person, but never put them out of your heart. Do what you will do with that person. React in whatever way you will, keeping in mind that you control your reaction and that it's also causing your own karma. But don't do more than you need to do. And you'll know when you're doing too much. Pull yourself back. Take a deep breath. And remind yourself that the universe is watching. The universe is keeping score. If it's not now that the karma hits them, it may be later, maybe 20 years from now. It's none of your business. Your business is to focus on your healing, to focus on your growth, your evolution, and to operate from this neutral space, to get back to the 0 point where you remember who you are and you remember so deeply who you are that you actually wish them well, that you actually say, you know what? I see everything that you are. I see these patterns, these programmings, these paradigms energetically for what they are. And I honestly wish them luck, because what a strong soul that you have to be to take on being that evil. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be us. Definitely not you watching this video. That soul signed up to do that work so that we didn't have to. Let's get to a place of thanking those souls. And I know it's hard. It's very hard. But this awareness is something that you sit in piece by piece, little by little. Every time you find yourself in the calm of the storm of your emotions, after you calm down, after you punch the wall, after you scream your head off, after you react in a dramatically unnecessary way, and you say, okay, maybe I did too much. And then you sit here in this awareness, you bring it back, you anchor it in, you say, okay, you know what, let me remember what that girl said. Let me remember what my spiritual big sister, the conscious Capricorn, said. Let me bring it back to the 0 point. Remember who I am. Thank this person. Remember that they're doing this big job so that I don't have to. That it's not personal. That it's not my job to worry about this. It's my job to worry about my reaction. And then you slip again. You get angry 2 days later. But you remember this awareness quicker now, and you anchor yourself in faster. And piece by piece, little by little, it starts to become a new way of being. It goes from knowledge to wisdom. It becomes something that you embody instead of something that you have to keep reminding yourself. And you'll feel the shift when that happens, because all of a sudden you don't get so reactive. You become more aware. And it's so powerful when you're operating from that space, because you stop leaking your energy so much. When you stop leaking your energy, you have more energy to channel into alchemization and to take these things and utilize them for good. Because also at the end of the day, something to remember as well is that when people send us energy, even if it's bad, they're still sending us energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, they're just sending it our way. And I say bad, understanding that there is no good and bad. Like, we live in a dualistic world. Good and bad are just labels. They're just judgments. Everything just is. So this charged energy that's being sent our direction can be transmuted into something more powerful, into something else. We can focus that energy in on producing something valuable instead of whatever this person was doing with it. So allow this to be your reminder. Allow this to be your anchor in, your way back home. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I hope that I planted seeds that will bloom in the divine time that they're supposed to, and that you can see your story in any piece of this, yourself in any piece of this, and remember this in the moments you're feeling a little spicy. I love you guys so much, and I will definitely be doing this style of content again. I really like this. This feels really personal and intimate, and I love it. I love it. So thank you for being here with me, for allowing me to be a conduit of spirit, of source, of God, universal energy, whatever you want to call it. I see you, soldier. I know if you're watching this, listening to this, you are on the forefronts of the greatest spiritual revolution in all of human history with me, as we are on the... It's just, we're in the middle of it. We're not even on it. We're in the middle of the greatest collective awakening in all of human history. And we, by doing this work, by healing ourselves, are helping heal the collective. And we are helping raise that consciousness, expand that consciousness. And because of us, other people have more access to it, whether they realize it or not. So I see you, soldier. Thank you for being here with me. I see you. I honor you. I love you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
You were a summer and after fall.